Hello YouTube, my name is Zach, and I felt compelled to make this video because I've noticed something a little disturbing on my cell phone. With the help of an app or two, I've been able to check the usage of my computer. I had some battery draining problems that I've noticed. The battery life is overall pretty good on the Samsung Note 3, which is a phone I just purchased here. But I wanted to show you a couple of things. One is this usage timeline here. You'll see that as time passes, it shows the usage of my system resources. I'll just wake that screen up. And you'll notice this usage timeline app is bundled. It has an application, a notification application that shows you usage in real time. But it also has this handy little app portion that shows you, and I credit this writer in the credits in this app. It's called Usage Timelines. Picked it up because I wanted to investigate a little bit about my phone to see what's going on. And if you notice at the top there, there's a little program. It's called KNOX. And this is a program developed by the NSA, of all people, for Samsung. And it is part of the 4.3 Jelly Bean OS update, Android update. And what I've noticed is some pretty disturbing things about it. For one, I'll give you a little tour here. If you were to go to Applications menu, Setup, and then you go to Application Manager. You have a list of downloaded apps here. I'll scroll through these. You'll notice it's not in that list. It's not a downloaded app. Alright, so I've showed you the whole list there. Nothing. So then if I scroll over to the running app section, you still don't see this app KNOX running in the running list. You can scroll through all these apps, and the list ends, I guess it ends right there, the Google keyboard. So now if I scroll over one more time, you'll see a menu for all. If you scroll down to the K's, I noticed this right when I bought the phone. So we scroll till we get to, where is it? Come on. Alright, there it is, KNOX. And if you look up this app, you'll what you'll read about it is that it's in a containerization app, meaning it's supposed to create this secure environment for business use. So it's designed to let you bring a personal device in, and then use it on your on a business network for a fee, by the way, I might add, per month. So this app is supposed to create, like I said, a virtual, like a alternate desktop for your phone that you can enter, and everything in there is encrypted, and it cannot interfere with the other parts of the operating system. So it's supposed to block malware possibilities while you're in this app. That's what it claims to do. But I have a problem with it, because I'm noticing funny things about it. First of all, let's go to the permissions on this bad boy. First of all, okay, you'll notice here, you cannot turn it off. There's no way to turn it off. There's no way to stop it. It just runs all the time. You cannot even clear the cache, which is something that Samsung tells you to do constantly because there were some errors. You hit the clear the cache button, it gives you this little error down here. It says, security policy restricts clearing of the app's cache. Clear data. unable to delete data. So you can't touch this app. There's nothing you can do with it. But that being said, I've noticed that it likes to run in the background while my phone is asleep. Oh, excuse me. It likes to run when my phone's asleep. And I'll prove it right now. We hit usage timelines here. Alright, first of all, there it is. There's KNOX right there. Even though it's not in a running list, it is running. And it's running with a stifling amount of RAM as well. It has 200 megabytes of RAM it's carved out of my operating system. That's a lot for an app that I can't even use. But here's what I've noticed. I'm going to put my phone to sleep. Or let's go down to this running usage timeline here. So if I pull this down, what do we see here? We see virtually no usage. My phone just drops to a nice idle state with really nothing going on. But it gets bad from here. So there's KNOX. It's running. It's taking a nice measly 2% of the CPU. Here's something that is going to scare you though. So if I were to make this phone fall asleep for a second and then wake it right up, there it is using 25%. And it drops down back to nothing, as if it's just not there. And if you'll notice on the usage timeline there's a little spike. That's where that 25% is. But you'll notice it went back down to a nice idle state. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to pause the phone. I'm going to pause the video. Actually, I can't do that. I'm going to put the phone to sleep here. Alright, now watch this. Put the phone to sleep. I'm going to confirm one more time that KNOX app is running a nice 30% on my processor. Here we go. So I close the phone, I immediately unlock it. There it is, running about 20%, and it drops immediately back down to 5. So watch this. I put the phone to sleep. Okay, and I'm just gonna let it go for a second. It's sleeping. It's sleep. And I'm going to give that a couple of minutes. I'm gonna edit the video here, and I'm gonna come back in a couple of minutes and show you that usage timeline. And you're gonna see that app is running about 20-30% in the background, but it likes to hide the minute you open the phone. So it's doing something very suspicious here, and I don't think anybody's noticed. I've read tons of forum posts about this thing. Nobody even knows what it is. They don't know what it does. They can't get rid of it. They complain to Samsung. Samsung hears about 2 or 3 of their comments and then ignores you if you dig any deeper into this app. Maybe this is enough time. So I'm gonna open the phone. I'm gonna open the network here. I'm gonna pull down the scroll, and you're gonna see on this usage timeline that thing is pounding away on my phone, but it immediately hides. There it is, spiking right there. That's it. That's it, spiking right there. Now watch. If we hold this usage timeline for a second, it goes back to hiding again. See, it's virtually using no resources when my phone is on. See, it goes back to a nice idle state while my phone is awake. Very disturbing. This thing is doing something. This is either listening to me or listening to the people. It's being installed all over the world. It auto installs in the 4.3 update. There it is running right now. I mean, it's definitely running. But they put out a little app update, about a 30 megabyte update. And I'm convinced that that update made this app drop to virtually no usage while the phone was awake, because before I could show 4%, it would show about 4 to 10% at all times. So they've tweaked this app to drop down to virtually no usage. But I'm going to do it one more time for the camera here. I'm going to put my phone to sleep, but I'm going to wake it right up. And you're going to see. It's at 13. Let me do that a little faster. There it is at 30%. And it jumps right back down to 6. Tell me what you think.